It's 12 right now. It's
Midnight hour.
getting spooky. Real spooky around this motherfucker. Real spooky around this bitch.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis, dog? That shit's some scary shit.
That's scary. I haven't had it since I was young, but that was the most terrifying. Like, bro, I couldn't wake up unless somebody, like my mom, would have to come in and turn on the light. Then I'll wake up. Like, I have my eyes open, then can't move.
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm like,
shit,
what the fuck is this?
That shit's scary.
And then
First time I had that was in Bone Street.
Man, that shit was crazy. I was like, man, it's a nightmare. Then I wake up from it, then I'm like, I'm still in this motherfucker. I'm like, oh,
man.
shit, what the fuck is going on?
That's scary, bro. My first time I had that shit,
Magnolia,
bro. I had the sheets over me somehow. I woke up and it was like the sheets over me. And I remember I felt like somebody was in the room with me. That's the scary part. You feel like there's somebody else in there with you. Yeah. And it's like I couldn't move. And I was trying to scream my mom and shit. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to scream for help, but I couldn't. I was like,
yeah, you can't even make a sound. That shit be crazy. Like
I feel so helpless. You know what I mean? And I didn't experience that shit again though until I moved to San Pedro in that house, dude. I had so many experiences. Like I think that shit haunted.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be like residual energy and
shadow people.
Yeah, that shit be crazy as hell.
That shit scared the shit out of me, dude. Like I had.
Yeah, but
my
first ghost experience though, I first actually seen one.
Oh shit.
I actually did. I was in the crib I am right now. In the crib I am right now.
Wow.
I'm talking about I'm sitting in the room watching TV. I look through the door. You know how the light is on and outside the door is peering. I looked over. I felt like somebody was over there.
Damn.
I'm like, fuck, I got too many lights on here. I went up to turn the ceiling fan light and pull the string. I looked over and it was like the motherfucker was right here, nosing over. I'm kind of.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was my reaction. Like, whoa, nigga, what the fuck? Then it was like a thin black square. It turned sideways to a line, then it disappeared like that.
What?
Bro, my reaction, I probably paced back and forth like, motherfucker, I saw you.
Was that like a shadow person type thing or something?
I just felt the presence of a person when I turned nose to nose and it made me jump back. But when I looked, it was just a small black box this big. It been turned sideways and the line just dissipated.
Wow.
I said, you motherfucker, I saw you, bitch.
Cussing at me shit.
30 minutes,
out my house.
But I ain't did, Oh, that nigga did not leave, bro.
Damn.
Sorry, you remember you was here, then the fucking bottle just popped and flipped, and me and Sharon were just sitting here fucking with the camera.
Wow.
Man, the fucking Powerade bottle fucking popped up and flipped on Sharon. I said, I told you there's something in this bitch, bro.
No, bro. I would have ran out there, bro. Fuck that. Man.
I ain't even running nothing. I just stood there. I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I'll face it. You know what I mean?
With the sleep paralysis thing, the scariest one was like, I was laying down in my bed, but I couldn't move. But the scary part was I felt like something got in the bed with me, and it was pitch black in my room, and I felt that, and I couldn't turn back. You know what I mean? I was shook, and I was even scared to look back. Like I didn't even want to see what was, you know what I mean? There.
Yeah. Well, that was the scariest fucking experience. You throw the cover on your head, be like, fuck, I don't want to see it, but it's something in this motherfucker. Hopefully it don't grab my ass.
And you know it's crazy though. After I moved from there, I've never experienced that shit again, bro. I swear to God, something's in that house, in that room. I don't even like going there to visit.
It's certain spots, man.
Yeah,
especially Mississippi, man. We one of the 100 states around this motherfucker.
Yeah, rock and roll graveyard in this bitch. You already know, man.
Yeah, they got that hayride, the rock and roll graveyard. They just dropped me off out there.
They got a hayride now there? Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm not doing that shit.
Fuck that. Because that's a real
country.
Fuck no. That's in the real country, and it's also
the real rock and roll
really supposed to be haunted though. That's not like a regular maze or anything. Like that shit's like actually haunted.
It's that shit real.
Like they've had ghost crews over there, like Like people like they have ghost crews. You could probably find it on YouTube. People like just look it up, Rock and Roll Graveyard. You'll see ghost crews investigating. And I've always heard rumors, but I never personally went there. Justin's crazy ass did, but I didn't.
I remember they tried to get us all to go to Rock and Roll Graveyard. I'm like, man, I'm not playing with the supernatural, nigga. You crazy?
Yeah, then that shit's all the way to fucking the woods. That shit's in like Van Cleve and all that shit.
Yeah, it's in Van Cleve, playing country. I'm not going out there.
Those rednecks and shit. Hell no. I'm good. Then they said it was what? White albinos there or some shit? Like that's the rumor.
Albinos out there.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, they supposed to have the
I ain't want to test it.
Folks out there.
Yeah, man. Mississippi got some. I can't think of any. Oh, what's that? Beauvoir Manor? One of those that was supposed to be haunted.
Beauvoir,
yeah, on the
it is
on the beach.
All that.
Jefferson Davis,
Jefferson Davis house.
What was that? A plantation at one point?
Yeah, it's a plantation. It's still a plantation. You ask me, they'll never change. They'll never cut the big trees down they got out there.
I remember we talked about something like that with D-Rock one time in the welding class. Shout out to D-Rock Daryl.
Shout out to my boy D-Rock Thomas, man. That's my
he
guy.
used to say, like, man, I ain't never going to no plantation. I don't want to see them ghosts of them, like, former slaves and all that. You know what I mean? And I feel him. I'm like, yeah, why would you go?
I walked by there coming from the casino one day. I think I told you about it. It was like 2:30 in the morning. Bro, I'm talking about, I'm typing some music. I still write. Man, I wrote the darkest shit I ever wrote where I'm walking by.
Cities.
Like, it was just dark, dog. Like, damn. Matter of fact, I kind of started speeding up. I actually read what I was writing. I started speeding up. I'm like, man, what the fuck wrong with me? Let me get away from here.
Crazy ass.
Walking by this crazy ass boulevard at the dead hour.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Doing my Biloxi gambling thing. Listen, only place you can walk around at 3:30 in the morning is lights on. In the whole Mississippi.
Yeah.
Casino Road.
We got some history historically, Like then we got some unresolved shit with the Indians and the black and white Indians, the Vietnamese people, like the Biloxi Cemetery. Like my grandma used to say, don't ever just go out there at night or ride through there at night. A ghost will jump in your car, or you can
follow you. What do you call that shit? A hitcher or something? Like a hitcher ghost? Like when they hitch on? What if the Greys are actually the shadow people and they paralyze people, and you might not even you think you're just going through sleep paralysis? What if they were just fucking with us? Or what if though?
It's cloaking to that. Like Skinwalker Ranch is like
Skinwalker Ranch.
It's like the paranormal and the alien stuff is. I guess it's the aliens using our thoughts and our bodies against it.
It's weird.
Paranormal stuff or maybe it's revealing paranormal stuff around us too, though.
Yeah.
Like when the aliens come, they interfere with the paranormal because, like in that video, it's like a shadow thing next to the alien and shit.
I seen that.
That's just
crazy.
Weird.
So
they said it was a finger going up to like the fence or something like that.
That's the exact video I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The paranormal, the extraterrestrial is it's a little intertwined, man. It's sound batshit crazy, but hell, it's footage.
I think I got footage.
A lot of scientific evidence.
I think I got footage of it though, bro. Hold on.
Shouts out to Zach Bagan and the Ghost Hunters. That's my guy.
Oh yeah, the Ghost Hunters. I haven't seen the Ghost Hunters, man.
My guy Aaron and Zach Bagans now.
Yeah, them dudes. I want to go. Like I said, I do want to go to the actual place, man. There's the actual haunted museum thing one day.
Oh yeah, he got all the crazy shit in his collection. Oh God, no.
Yeah. Oh, this is actual footage of the alien right here. He was behind that truck. That's them 5G aliens, you know what I'm saying? They everywhere. They all over. They got a scarf with a fucking little hipster alien too, bro.
Yeah, goddamn Lakers color. He knew.
Got wearing Crocs and shit. Nah, people, I'm joking. I had to do it. I had to parry that shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Shameless self-promotion, baby.
But I actually did watch the original video a lot, and there is something back there though. I finally noticed it, and it was it was weird, bro. It actually creeped me out. And because there's another video like when the family's walking towards it, and there's a fence like right by it, and there is something you can see something moving behind the fence, but the family didn't even notice it.
That's what they were saying.
And I seen, I was like, oh shit, there really was something back there. Like something was down there. I don't know what it was, but I was like, damn, that's creepy.
It's weird.
And the cops told them, don't call them back.
Cops are scared.
They like, don't call us back. So that's proof enough right there with the go. They don't call us.
They don't call. They don't want to go.
Like, bro, that is not a fake reaction.
Yeah, I like he could tell he was scared even when he got the call because he said his partner had already seen a meteorite fall.
Right.
So he was already shook up about it. But
they had the circle thing where it looked like something fell. They had the,
non-driving ass aliens.
And then they get a lot of supernatural stuff going on.
How about I give you an alternative theory though? What if it's Vegas is close to what do you call it, Area 51? And supposedly we got like alien technology, some sort of foreign technology. So what if the government was trying to just test us and they faked an alien invasion or faked some sort of, maybe they staged that shit, you know what I'm saying? Just to see how we would react. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so close.
The government mess with that stuff, man. They got documents of that, man.
Hopefully we won't see an MIB knock on my door and shit.
Yeah, aliens got documents of that shit, man. I'm telling you.
According to Bob Lazar, there was documents. They said they gave him documents that said that they found a bunch of like what do you call it, UFOs or whatever in a fucking archaeological dig or something, which is interesting because I'm like, well, where I wonder where that was if it was true. You know what I'm saying? Like, where did they find it? Because there's a lot of theories that say they're in Antarctica. Like, you know what I'm saying? All kind of weird shit.
Hey, I know this might sound crazy though, but think about if Trump had the documents of this shit. It might sound crazy.
Shit, we'd already know about it. I think they probably knew that and wouldn't. I don't think they've shown any of the. I don't think they show any presidents that shit though. Like I think that shit's so top. Yeah. That they don't even tell presidents. Presidents come and go. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, because even Obama was dodgy about it. You know what I'm saying? Remember when they asked him on that one show, what do you call it? It was one of Jimmy Kimmel show, and Jimmy Kimmel asked him like, "Are there UFOs?" Yeah. And he was really dodgy about it, but he was like, even if there was, he couldn't say. You know what I'm saying? He gave that kind of reason.
I'd be like that too. I'll be the same way. I'll be like, I can't really just discuss it. I can't discuss
talk about the invasion. Like, what, a couple of years ago, they were talking about the threat of an alien invasion.
Yeah, or even Reagan. Yeah. Remember Reagan said something about it back in the day?
Right.
He was like, what if an alien invasion happened? It would force humanity to, to come together and shit.
This is a warning to all living mortals that whosoever opens this chest of demons will release 13 of the most terrifying ghosts upon the face of the earth.
But I remember Scooby-Doo had Scooby-Doo and the 13 Ghosts. That was a good one.
Oh, 13 Ghosts was my shit, man.
I liked it more than the original. Man. Yeah.
My boy Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah. Man. That was a good one, man.
13 Ghosts was the shit.
Remember he had those 3 ghosts in there from Casper? I think that weren't they from Casper or some shit? It was like a crossover type shit.
They were like the one that was mean to Casper to the other ghosts. Was it his brothers or some shit? Or was
something
it just
like
some
that.
Other ghosts?
Something like that. It's been a minute since I've seen that. But I remember I liked the intro. It was dope, man. That was a good one, man. Man, I'm going to put the clip in there, the audio clip. But
it was super early 80s, even the
early
song.
80s. Yeah.
It was upbeat. And it was kind of like an 80s, you know what I'm saying? It's some Rick James shit.
That's how Ghostbusters was, man. The real Ghostbusters. They would always put like pop music in it.
Yeah, they had it was super 80s.
It was, dude. I've been rewatching them, bro. They'll throw in a random pop like 80s pop song and that shit, and they'll put that shit on repeat.
Right.
This shit's crazy. But they had some good horror in that shit though.
Yeah. Oh, Boogeyman, man, from Ghostbusters, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all, people, look him up He's one of the he scarred my childhood, man. Like
Ghostbusters, the animated series, the real Ghostbusters,
and they're still putting out. There's a YouTube channel that's putting them out there too right now, so it's free to watch. People, kids, bring your kids. You know what I mean? Watch that shit, man. It's a good shit.
Some good animated series you can watch. Put a little Halloween twist on it.
Yeah, put the youngsters up on it, you know.
But the Boogeyman episode, man, that Boogeyman, bro,
that was terrifying.
They knew the real folklore. It was too deep. It got deep. That episode was deep.
I remember Egon was scared of him. He was like, "Oh shit, that's the Boogeyman!"
Yeah.
Like, you know, he didn't even face
R.P. Egon, man.
The actor that played Egon.
The actor that played Egon, R.P. Man. Egon was my favorite. I say he was the
nerdiest one.
He was nerdy, but he was brave about the ghost shit. But like that Boogeyman, that motherfucker. That I rewatched that episode. I like motherfucker. Scared me to death.
You remember how he talked, bro? He was like,
his voice was. It was a real demon voice. Like then they went into his world. They were like, all the doors to all the kids' closets. And shit. Like,
dude, he could just.
And he had the goat body. Like
he had a goat, like them old school demons, man. Yeah, like you said, from folklore.
Like this shit was scary. I'm like, this shit really scared me as a kid. Now that I think about the Boogie episode, I'm like,
get your boogie on.
Cartoon.
And you know it was scary because they never really made toys of that monster, but they made toys of all the other monsters. You know what I mean?
Shout out my boy Slimer.
Slimer was like the mascot in the cartoon show.
Why?
But it was actually, it got a little bit too much. Like they put slime, towards the later season, they started putting Slimer just a little bit too much. It was pretty much the Slimer show.
Yeah, that Slimer show.
He was the cute, ghost mascot or whatever.
That bastard, man, couldn't do nothing but eat all the shit and just fall through him.
But they changed his voice. He wasn't like in the movie. In the movie he was different.
He was just slobbering.
He was aggressive. He attacked one of the Ghostbusters in the movie.
Right. He was trying to eat whatever.
Oh, hot dog eat mother.
Just ate shit, then it just fell through him. Like, dog, okay. Like, what was Slimer? Like, was he greed as a manifestation?
He was a fat slob. You know who he was based on? Was that dude that died. He was a comedian on SNL. I can't think of his name. But he was cool with all the cast from Ghostbusters, pretty much, man. What's his name?
Farley?
No, not Chris Farley. It was before Chris Farley, man. Who was the dude that was on Gang
Beret too? He used to wear the beret, huh? He used to yell a lot, curse a lot.
It was Belushi. It was Belushi. Remember?
It was placed on Belushi,
yeah.
And we're seeing the big vultures now. Them things.
Oh yeah.
Massive, bro.
In Colombia, we had vultures like a motherfucker, bro. They are everywhere.
I've seen one on the track so big, I thought it was a tall dude just sitting there in the black hood. I'm like, dog. It's a nigga in the black hood sitting on the tracks.
He's cosplaying as Vulture from Spider-Man.
I'm like, bro, he in the wooded area too. I'm like, bro, this is not looking. I gotta walk past this nigga. Bro, I took a couple steps closer, bro, it looked like it had a hood on, but it turned to his neck like this, like the Crypt Keeper or something.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker flapped 3 times.
Wingspan.
Gone. The wingspan was, bro, I'm like, damn, that bird was at least 3 foot tall.
Looking like a thunderbird.
Yeah, man, that motherfucker, it was so black. I was like, bro, it is too black. Like, it's bright. It's the middle of the day. It's black. Then it flew in the trees, then I didn't see it. I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker finna die. This motherfucker finna die, bomb over and knock me over the tracks or some shit. I gotta walk through here. I know it didn't fly away. It flapped 3 times, dog. I'm like, it's in the trees watching me. I'm like, this motherfucker is big enough to fly into me and knock me off the tracks, and I'm in the fucking ditch.
Like you're having all these thoughts run through you as you walk.
Like, bro, I was terrified. Like, bro, I never seen a bird that big and black. in my life, bro. I thought it was a person. I'm like, bro, I thought it was just a suicidal maniac on the track. I'm like, damn, it's my day to run into a maniac on the tracks. Lo and behold, that motherfucker spread the wings and took 3 good flaps, and you can hear him. I'm like, oh no, that's a fucking pterodactyl.
Yeah. About to say that pterodactyl in this bitch. People got a crypto birds coming after him.
Yeah, it could have been like the Jersey Devil. That motherfucker was big and
what do you call that? Mothman. Tales from the Crypt was my shit when I was a kid, dude. I didn't get to watch the live action one that much. Because remember it was on HBO. Yeah, remember the live one was on
HBO.
Yeah, that one was crazy.
HBO.
They didn't hold back either. Like they didn't give a fuck on HBO.
No.
Like they would show everything.
HBO was explicit.
Yeah,
for real. It's for real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially back then, man. Like
explicit content.
And people love Tales from the Crypt, man. Like even like high profile directors, like Steven Spielberg, even wanted to get involved with Tales from the Crypt because he was a fan of it. Because they let you let loose on Tales from the Crypt. You can do what you want. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be like you ain't got to fucking censor yourself and all that kind of shit. And even your boy Arnold Schwarzenegger directed one time, bro. Did you know that shit?
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I was watching it earlier. Yeah, he directed. I think he starred. He might have started. I don't think he did though. I think he just mainly he was on the intro of it, and then the rest of the show he was just directing it. But it was pretty funny, man, to see him with the like big ass Arnold Schwarzenegger with the Crypt Keeper. You know what I mean? Like that shit was crazy. This one here is the one I'm about to show you right now. Is it's the one that was what do you call it? The animated one. I don't know. I might make you recall this shit too. Might bring you down memory lane. So
you got to.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm pull this shit up.
Let me check it out.
Can you see it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang. That's been so long ago. That had to be 93?
No, I think it was like it was a little earlier than that. I think it might have been 94, 95. I mean, later than that. I mean, yeah, because I used to watch it on Saturday mornings.
94, 95?
Yeah, around 5th grade, 6th grade.
They're like a gargoyle.
Yeah, I just like the animation style. It was pretty dope, man. Like I like the colors they used and shit. And the Crypt Keeper, he was always funny too, man. He'd always tell those lame ass those puns. He always had them puns and shit.
Oh yeah, there you go, right there. And the kid. Oh snap.
Bro, we used to get animated shows for everything, bro.
Oh snap.
The Hood of Horrors movie was alright, but it was like an attempt to do, Tales from the Hood. But I think Tales from the Hood, the original, is still the best one. Mm-hmm. It did that, you know what I mean? Because like we already had Tales from the Crypt movie, Demon Night. And they did
the last Tales from the Hood was good too.
Tales from the Hood 3?
Yeah, the most recent one.
Yeah, Tony Todd was in it. That's why I watched it. But Tales from the Hood 2 sucks ass. I'm just going to put that shit out there.
I don't remember that one.
Don't watch it. Garbage. The production on that shit's terrible, bro. It's horrible. Don't watch it at all. Like, it's not even in the hood. I don't know why they called it that. But at least, the third one was cool because they had Tony Todd and they had some more better storylines.
They had some good stories on them.
Yeah.
Kind of like
production, though, wasn't as good, though. Still was the original, though. Because I remember the original. Remember they had the story about the plantation one, where they had dolls and shit that were haunted by the ghosts of the slaves. That's
classic. Yeah, that was a classic one right there. Yeah. Remind you of the old Puppet Master, real horror
Puppet Master. Yeah, boy.
That was another one. That was another one that terrified me as a child. Puppet Master. Those puppets right now terrify me right now.
I'm gonna get you one of those puppets for Christmas.
No, it's not the one in the black boulder hat. Oh my God, the white with the white face. He kind of looked like the V for Vendetta dude.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, that dude scared me. Okay. And then the big one kind of the strong one. Oh, that dude was horrible.
But like, it's crazy how
so strong.
Those movies are still like, what do you call that shit? Like, even though they're old, they're still relatable though, just because of the shit they're talking about. Like, they're talking about, white politicians being racist and shit. You know what I mean? That's what that plantation.
They made some statements.
Yeah, exactly. They were really.
What would we call black scary stories? Like, is it like folklore, is it?
Yeah. African American folklore, I guess you could say.
Even like the Bloody Mary. I watched American Horror Story. They did Bloody Mary, and shit like you used to hear about as kids. Like, do we call that folklore? Like, I don't think we ever had a name for black. The urban scary story. You know,
have to look it up. Man. Gotta do more research, I guess.
Yeah, we gotta do. Like, I never ever heard nobody categorizing it.
No, I never heard. But if y'all had, y'all can tell us. Leave in the comment section, and we'll gladly read it. Like a hit your ghost, like when they hit you onto you. Yeah. I think me and Austin had that situation in San Diego because we went to the most haunted house in America, supposedly. It's called the Whaley House in San Diego. It's kind of like a museum, though.
I heard of the Waverly House. They did an episode on it.
Yup. They had a lot of hangings. It used to be a courtroom back in the 1800s or whatever. And so we went there. Some kids. There was like suicides, a kid suicide or something, kid death, a bunch of deaths. Everybody involved. You know what I mean? So we went there, but it wasn't creepy while we was there. You know what I mean? It was just later on. Like, I don't know if it was a few months after that, but I was sleeping one time, and I thought Austin was at the doors when I was staying in San Diego. I was his roommate, and all I heard was 3 times. I was like, the fuck? I thought he was at the door.
Oh shit, that's that dark shit.
Yeah, I went to go in. There was nobody there. I was like, what the fuck? And then I got, went back to sleep on hers. And it wasn't even coming from the door. It was coming from that little wall between the kitchen and like in apartments, they'll have like a wall between the kitchen and the front, where you come in. It was between that. It was coming from the wall. I was like, the fuck? So I thought I was tripping. But then later on, we was chilling like a few days after, and then he heard it too because it happened while we were sitting there watching TV. It was like, and it happened once. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, you hear them 3 knots, man. It's some dark stuff, man. It's they say 3 knots mock the Trinity. You know what I'm saying? I say those dark things, they get attached to you.
Bro, we went to the cemetery too. I'm like, that shit might have hit on to us, dude. Because we went to the cemetery.
They attach to you and follow you home, man. They're just the energy.
And what was funny though is because he was mocking that shit when we was there. Like, he wasn't a believer.
He was fucking with it, yeah.
That was Jose Estudillo. Enchilada. I hope you get haunted tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh. For being disrespectful.
Yeah, spooky. I gotta pee on these.
Disrespectful ass. Who's gonna have a ghost on him?
Yeah, because there's such thing as ghosts.
Dead have ears, brother. So he was mocking. I was like, bro, you gonna have something's gonna haunt you.
I tell motherfuckers respect that.
I said the dead have ears. That's what I said, dude. They have ears, man.
And then like I say, they got pods and ovulus when you can hear them. They answering questions and all this shit. Like, man, I don't know what you speaking to right now.
Bro, right. Then he told me later on too, bro. He went to Arizona and he stayed in a hotel. And this motherfucker was texting me one night. He was shook, dog. Like, he was like, man, I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. This is weird. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And he was saying like something kept opening the door, but he kept locking it and it was unlocking it by itself and all kind of shit. I was like, the fuck?
Arizona is, bro. Like, they've been to Arizona, bro. They got Arizona. It's got some ghost stories and skinwalkers.
It's a scary place, man.
It's got some elemental, like some ancient shit over there. Motherfuckers done released out there. Then a lot of people play with the seances and shit. Call this shit up atheist, devil worship, whatever. Being not closed and shit.
Stupid. We're going to a fucking cemetery, and it's just like a normal ass cemetery. Things are scary at night and shit. It's the same. I mean, it's fucking El Campo or something. We got El Chapo or something. I don't know.
We got a skeptic here.
Yeah, skeptic. Yeah, real critic. Everyone's a critic.
Man, no costumes are expensive, man. You might as well get a real cosplay. Shit, this shit's expensive.
Yeah, that shit is expensive.
Costumes are expensive, y'all. So salute to y'all that get this costumes and do it up at the costume party because them joints be worth some money.
Yeah, especially it's crazy to me because it's only like one night. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers be like buying those expensive ass costumes and shit. My cheap ass will throw on a cheap ass Halloween plastic mask. You know that shit. Remember we used to wear that shit when we were kids. Those like
they put on it with the little pink plastic with the little elastic band on the back.
Yes.
Plastic ass shit be cutting your face
That shit
after a
scratching
while.
shit out of me, dog. That shit, I was gonna wear the, the V for Vendetta mask I got. I put that shit on, like, I took a picture with it, and the foam piece is missing, so that shit went right up against my face, and that shit was uncomfortable. I took it out, that shit scratched the shit out.
Oh my God.
It reminded me of those masks when we was kids, man. Matter of fact, hold on,
they still feel them joints, man.
This shit.
Hold on,
and it's just like those masks that you used to wear. You know what I mean? Because I remember I had a Bugs Bunny one at one point when I was a kid, and I remember.
I remember those that 22 was bad. Those plastic ass bags with the little rubber band around it. It was tight on your damn head. And that little pull over apron ass costume that came with it.
Man, my shit ripped, dude.
Store. Yeah,
my shit ripped while I was trick or treating. That shit was so bad. Man, I was a kid too, bro. I was like, man, what the fuck?
Cheap ass joints, man. Take those shits out the store. You ruined the Halloween for kids. I'm telling you this right now. We didn't say nothing back then, goddamn.
Look at that
take
shit,
those
bro.
Take that shit off the fucking
that shit was
shelf right now.
Look at that shit. It was hard ass plastic though.
No, that thin ass shit. It be cold during Halloween. Them thin ass costume, man. You got to put on a sweatsuit, man. You gonna rip that immediately, man. Stop putting that shit out there. Take it out the stove, man. Mask cut them kid face. Cut the baby face. They got damn tight ass rubber band right here. They ain't wonder why they got migraine. I'm about to tweak a tweet.
Man, that was like the last time I wore one of those.
Circulation to his head. He can't even say trick or treat. Talk about tweak a tweet.
Give me a band.
Rubber band around his goddamn head. Then he gotta walk out here. Talk about trick or tweet. What's wrong with that baby?
Walking that cold ass
mask on. They bring the hot breath back in your face.
Well, I say that Phantom of the Opera fucking rapper shit.
That would be my gimme.
Phantom Opera man.
Like, damn, why you always wearing that mask and shit? You looking like MF Doom and shit.
Yeah, MF Doom and shit.
That's funny you mentioned it because I actually did wear a cheap ass mask like that one time to a Halloween party. I talked about it on the Dark Dimension podcast. I got some pictures of shit.
I remember you talking about the V for Vendetta one.
Yeah, no, not that one. I have one that was really cheap. All it was it was just my eye. It just covered my eye and shit. It was that Phantom of the Opera shit. That shit was like $5.
Oh shit! The cheap joint.
Yeah,
all the cover is the Phantom of the Opera. If it's white and it covers half of his face, it's Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the cheapest costume you can wear, man. Because all you gotta do is put on like a suit or something, and then put on a fucking quick ass mask and shit. You know what I mean?
Find one of those cheap ass capes.
Go your ass to CVC, go to Walgreens, Rite Aid, costume quick shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I've damn sure done it, man. Damn sure done that shit on Halloween parties, people. But yeah, man. And a picture out the way, though. They be like, bitch, get the fuck up off me. We got to start butching it and shit.
I'll be the first nigga. I'll be the first nigga to exit the movie early and shit. Like, he didn't die, but he got out of there. That nigga didn't stop running.
He pushed me out the way.
Yeah.
And ain't saving nobody's ass.
Get up, bitch, run. Get up.
Man, I'm tell y'all something funny about
chivalry is dead, y'all. Out there, don't put me in no horror movie. At this new modern day age, y'all women ain't getting saved. Y'all modern women, y'all asses better equal rights. Your ass better run fast. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and you don't remember that time I scared your ass with that video? It was like one of those
the
shit, viral.
The jump scare shit, man.
Oh, that shit was so funny. People, I played this man like one of those videos that they fool you. They're like, oh, just stare at this and you're gonna see something scary. And you don't see nothing. You're like, man, ain't nothing scary about this shit. Then all of a sudden, like some loud ass screech happens.
Yeah,
I'm talking about insect.
Yeah, I'm getting out of there. What? Why stay? Get out of there, man.
I died laughing that day, dog. I couldn't even stop, bro. This shit was so funny, dog. I ain't think you was gonna get scared like that. I had already got Scooter with that shit, you know what I mean? I can't find that video anymore, man, but that shit was
That's crazy how we were the first victims of jump scare videos during the pre-internet.
Yeah.
It was still on the big, it wasn't the laptop and that, y'all. It was on the desktop computer. I'm looking at that bitch like this, y'all.
Your face was close as fuck to the computer.
I'm like, damn it, nose. What I'm looking for? What the fuck? Man, talk about I could have missed myself.
The speakers were up, like the volume was up and shit on the
so
thing.
Loud.
So it's like
I almost
it was a screech and like some kind of image, some scary ass.
It probably was a bit from The Ring or something. Like it was around that time, The Ring.
The Ring. Yeah, it was kind of like
they always used her for the jump scares early.
Man, that movie shook me when I first seen it, man. I was 19. That shit scared the shit out of me. I was in that bitch like.
That's like a real yokai, you know, what they call them over there, Japan, Asia, man. Those are some scary ghosts,
Yeah, they got some scary
like
ghosts.
Like their ghosts and the Spanish ghosts, like
La Llorona.
They float. Yeah, man, those folklores are scary, dog.
Yeah. And that shit's like all over Spanish, countries and shit, you know, La Llorona and all that. That shit crazy.
Even else, they do all these crazy ass. Yeah, man, all those damn cryptids and interdimensionals always seem funny to me. Like Ghostface never.
It was never really that threatening to me though. Like as far as the appearance and shit goes, I was like, they could have picked a better costume.
Like if you're a busty white girl to answer the phone and like the fall when they run, you in danger. Yeah.
That scene is like she just started talking to that fool like it was like a friend or something. Like, what's your scary movie?
Come on, man.
What are you wearing?
Ken Kniff, man. Like, bro,
I know he did sound like Kim Kniff from Connecticut, you little bitch.
He sounded like talking like Ken Kniff on the phone. Man, I'm hanging up, bro.
I know, right? Like, she kept talking. Like, she must have liked that shit, obviously.
It's about to get freaky.
He might as well just say, what are you wearing?
You getting with that freaky shit. No freaky shit. Getting freaky, then is a wild shit happen.
Yeah, then a serial killer's in your spot trying to kill you with a fucking butcher, man.
It's crazy in history, man. Sexual violence go together. It's dark, baby. When you go down the rabbit hole, it gets dark down there.
Nigga, I'm going hard.
What do you call that? Mothman? Mothman.
Mothman. You know, he brings them disasters.
I don't know why they call him Mothman though. He don't look like a moth. That motherfucker look like the Fly. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Like he got them big ass red eyes and shit.
Remember the Fly, the movie?
That shit's horrible.
I
watched it at too young of an age, man.
Yeah, they really turned me off the gore shit.
Yeah, it's just gross, man. That's the thing about that.
It was so nasty.
I remember I stopped eating for like a week or two after I seen that shit. I was so fucked up in my stomach at the scene.
The director of The Fly, you fucked me up, and I wasn't supposed to watch that.
Yeah, I was too young for it, man. I remember.
Know what else fucked me up too? I was sitting watching Centipede.
The human centipede.
The human fucking centipede.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I could only get through like the first part.
I couldn't watch the whole thing.
It's too gross.
Like, bro, that is the most terrifying thing in the real life. Like a person that want to experiment on people.
Yeah,
like, bro,
that shit's disgusting.
That is crazy.
People eating. Like, I don't know. I mean, for the people out there that aren't familiar with it, it's about this scientist that.
I do not recommend going to watch it.
Do not eat. You gotta have a strong stomach for it because it's about literally he stitches people together. They basically eating whatever the other person shits up. You know what I mean? Their mouth is on there. Like it's so gross. You know what I mean? Like just talking about the shit.
Man, bro, he had like no reason to do that. Like why?
And didn't it have a sequel too?
Yeah, it was a sequel. I'm like, why? How? And why?
Like who thought that shit? You know what I mean? Like, fucking.
It's so weird. It's so scary. It's so scary sadistic stuff out there.
But you know what's crazy?
Freddy Krueger was like a pedophile, bro.
That's why he scared me the most as a kid. Like,
but they in the original one, they didn't really lean into it that much. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like. But he was a child killer, you know what I mean? Child killer. Yeah,
exactly.
Lesser and shit. I think they took it out the original because something in real life happened. So they took that part out of it. You know what I mean?
I forget what's the real story they got it from. Because nothing really. Like, I'm really.
Oh, I know the real story. You talking about the dream thing?
Right.
It was basically some Asian immigrants, and they were in the news. I think Wes Craven was like, I seen in the news that there was this kid that he kept telling his parents, like, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm having like fucked up nightmares and shit. And so one time, like, he had coffee. He was making coffee in his room, like in secret. In his room, he had a stash so he wouldn't go to sleep. But one night, I guess his parents gave him some sleeping medicine, so he finally fall asleep, and he never woke back up. They said he died in sleep. I'm like, damn. And so that's where the idea for the Freddy Krueger movies came from. So, pretty fucked up.
I'm talking about the human side of it, like
human side. Well, he said but he said it was.
Town took it for revenge on a pedophile that kind of got off.
Oh wow. See, I don't know that side. I just know that he based it on he based the look of it on a bum that he seen in the alley one time and scared him as a kid. Right. Because he was looking out the window and then the bum, I guess, seen him. You know, kind of like in Home Alone when they were looking at the dude with the salt and shit. Their neighbor. Yeah, it was basically that. And then
when he saw the pigeon lady.
The pigeon lady, yeah.
And they bumped into the pigeon lady.
They love Michael Myers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mike, you know.
That slasher, he's one of the most popular slashers from the 80s and 70s and all that shit. He's still out here slashing.
Yeah, that last Michael Myers, we ain't rocking with it though, man.
A lot of people didn't like it. I haven't seen Halloween Kills yet though. I haven't seen it.
I seen it. I had to walk out.
Wow, it's that bad.
Like, bro, Michael is a psychopath. Ain't nobody gonna be able to help him.
No.
They're trying to make this like Saw. Like he Jigsaw mastermind. Then the nigga just, like my boy on Double Toasted, this nigga just hiding under the bridge. Anybody would have found Mike ass.
I seen that.
He's a big ass dude too. Like, how the fuck is nobody seeing this dude wearing a mask? Walking around and shit, big ass dude. Like, come on,
bro. And then I understand the last fight they really injured him. Man, come on, man.
They kind of doing that Saw shit too with the Hellraiser. I watched the new one, and I liked it though. It's dope, but
it's good.
But they did kind of like it felt like a bunch of shit. Like they did a Scooby Doo shit because they in a van at one point. So they did the Scooby Doo shit. Then they did the Saw shit because it's like a puzzle. You got to get motherfuckers to sacrifice, and you know what I mean. So it felt like a Saw movie. But it felt like a slasher too, so it was like a mix of original. Hellraiser.
I had to go back to original because Hellraiser is so it's before my time.
It's bizarre, you know what I mean? Like it's a bizarre movie, bro. You got to be into some sick shit because that first one.
Right, that
first one's fucked up. Dude, I don't even like the first one that much. I like the second one. Because the first one was terrifying. Here's the thing, though. You know how they always got Pinhead as the villain, or that's how we've always seen it. But he's not really the villain in the first one, though. He's just, he gets summoned, but he's not really the villain. The real villain is this dude. It's like he's pursuing like pleasures and shit. Like he's the
dude. They kind of had him in the movie. They kind of had him in the movie, but they kind of changed him.
Yeah, they changed him. But in the original, it's Uncle Frank. That's his name or whatever. And he got sent to hell, but he got back. He came back from it, so he's talking to one of his old side pieces, right? And she liked his ass so much when he was alive that he came back, and this motherfucker, he ain't even got skin on. He's just like flesh and shit. Shit gross as fuck. That looks real. And she ends up luring people to the apartment so he could eat them, I guess, and then that's how he grows his skin back or something. I don't know, but so they're the real villains of the first Hellraiser. Freaky, man. And then the Hellraisers get summoned when you solve the puzzle. Then they come get you to give you, the best pleasures or pain.
It's like a wish that they like a wish.
What's that shit called? Sadomasochistic shit. People. That's basically what it is.
Freaky deaky shit.
But I like Hellraiser 2 more because it didn't lean that much into that shit. It had a different different thing going on, which is why I like the second one a little bit more. The first one's just like you feel dirty after you watch that shit. You're like, damn, that's some fucking sick shit that went on.
It's a freaky wild shit. I felt weird watching the new one. Like, freaky shit.
Like, especially in the beginning, because they show up and they show the main characters. They're all living in it, like they're all roommates and shit. So they're arguing. What is this? The real world and shit. Like MTV Real World and shit. Like, but they did the Cenobites though, cool as fuck. Like the demons that come, like that was some sick shit, dog. Like they got some crazy, like it fucked me up, dog. I was scared to even watch that shit, dog. I ain't gonna lie, I was in there just like one eye open trying to watch that shit, dog. It's some sick shit. They made a remake of the most depressing Silent Hill game, probably the most popular one, Silent Hill 2. Because there's a twist in that game that's so fucked up. You don't learn it till the end of the game. And it's so fucked up, though. It's like it's sad and depressing. And you're like, damn. Like,
wait a minute. But there's more.
Yeah, it is.
Silent Hill is creepy.
It's psychological horror, you know what I mean? So for people that don't know, in Silent Hill, basically, you go to this town and it's like some kind of cult, operates there, and they open this gate, to the other side because they're trying to summon a god. But what they don't know is they just end up summoning demons, right? You know what I mean? This is how shit goes. And those demons are based on your psyche. So if you go in there, if it chooses you, then those demons take the form of your psyche, of things that, your own personal demons. And that's why Silent Hill 2.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why Silent Hill 2 is fucked up. Like Pyramid Head, there's a
Pyramid Head.
There's a psychological reason for it. There's a reason why those nurses look all sexy and shit. Once you get to the end of the game,
I need to know that back. Like, why do they look like that? Like,
because in the first Silent Hill they didn't, because the story was different. The story in the first Silent Hill is more like the movie one, where it's a guy, it's a father trying to find her daughter. It's that thing.
Yeah.
But in the second one's really different from all the other ones because it's like its own story. Basically, a dude who thinks his wife wrote him a letter. His dead wife wrote him a letter. So you already know he's crazy. He's like, what kind of...
Yeah, he's tripping.
Yeah, it's like nobody would do this. Like, oh, a letter from my dead wife. I should go to that town and visit it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Right.
And so he goes to that town. Yeah, he meets, and everybody you meet is fucked up because, like, you meet, like, I think 4 other characters and they're all, like, suicidal. Like, one's suicidal. The other ones, because she was the one that's suicidal was like she was molested by her, father or something like that. So she's
dark.
Yeah, it's super dark. And then they got the other one who's like killing animals.
Oh yeah, he's about to be a psychopath.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
It's just a super fucked up, setting, man.
Silent Hill, baby, it makes sense, man. I think it's genius.
And so they remade that, and then they're also gonna put out a new one. The new trailer for the new shit looks, I couldn't even make sense of it. It looks so weird, but I like it.
Yeah, I gotta check out the trailer.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, man, because it's dope, bro. Like the visuals and everything, people, you gotta see it. Like it don't make sense. I think it's gonna be set in Japan, so like you said, Japanese got the weirdest, demonic
right?
Shit.
Yeah, like the Kaishin and the yokai, they got all types of shit over there, man.
I forgot what the demons called, those Japanese demons.
Shout out my boy David Spade too, man. I love him and David Spade chemistry.
He was in Police Academy 4 as a kid. He was so young. He was skateboarding at the beginning of it.
I said, look at that, bro. I never noticed that.
It's Citizens on Patrol. Remember that rap song? Citizens.
Wow. Yeah, Citizens on Patrol. Damn. Shout out to David Spade, man.
Hey, that movie has one of the best Halloween pranks ever, bro. Do you remember that shit? It's on YouTube.
What the hell? What they do?
Remember they were recruiting citizens to be cops.
Yeah.
And so remember the black dude that did the sounds and shit with his voice.
The sound effects.
Yeah,
what's his name?
Him and Mahoney, right? They're like, all right, we gonna get these motherfuckers, bro. So he gets the big dude with him, right? He remember the black dude that was like the big Hightower. He got Hightower and the white dude. And he got the new recruits. It was like this fat black dude and these 2 white boys. And they were like, all right, just stay in the van. We're going to get a suspect. Just chill. And they brought the suspect, and he's in a body bag. And they put him in the van. And then there's a Jamaican dude. Although the high tower is supposed to act like he's a voodoo priest. So he's in there like,
I remember
yum. He does that shit. And he had those boys scared. They were looking at each other like, what the fuck? And then all you hear is a chainsaw. And the crazy white dude, he's in the body bag. He comes out that bitch with a chainsaw. The black dude said, fuck this shit. He gets everybody out the way. I gotta post that shit, dog. I gotta post it. I gotta send you that video.
I forgot about that shit, man. Classic 80s fucking movie.
Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. And then I think it's just the prank, I guess. That shit's so fucking funny.
Prank, yeah.
It's called the Yama Yama scene because the voodoo, the dude is supposed to be the voodoo.
I got a hand on big hand doing this shit.
Yama
Papa Shango or some shit.
Oh man, I wish I could
raising the dead.
Yeah, he was supposed to be raising the dead, so old boy comes out with that chainsaw, and those dudes haul ass out that shit, dog. Like, that shit was so fucking funny, bro. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, dog. Like, I'll probably do that shit tonight, because that shit's hilarious. But yeah. One of the greatest scenes, old 80s horror. Oh, well, not even horror, but, comedies and shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock. Send them out in the streets to tell their friends how wonderful it is to be scared to death.